No sound. I put it off. Sorry. Yeah, sensational lead for India. We are in the 94th minute. Iran 1, India 2. Who would have thought that after all that we've seen in these qualifiers, the disappointments, the struggles, and now we are just seconds away. Iran trying to get a 2-2. Iran with a header, and that should be another corner for Iran. Am I inaudible? Sorry. Just one sec. Let me just check one thing. Let me just check. As per my understanding, sorry guys. Now it's okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Anupam. Yeah. Incredible. Last few seconds, India leading 2-1 against Iran. Again, I think no one would have thought that corner for Iran. Ooh, can India survive this one? This would be a major, major upset for Iran and India if Iran are beaten. Corner for the Iranians. Cleared out of the danger zone. Long range attempt. The ball goes sidewards and India clear their lines. Ball goes out. These are the last few seconds in the game. Yeah, ball boy also taking his time. Yes, you do all of that. Iran's going to try and get it forward. India's going to try to defend this one. Ball into the danger area. Cleared by India. Iran doesn't get a controlled shot on. 3, 4 Indians on the ball and long ball out of the danger zone. We're in the 96th minute. I think the referee will allow another 30, 40 seconds to play. Iran into the danger zone. And that's going to be with the Iranians. Played back. Good. And that's the end. That is the end. A sensational victory for India. India scored a 2-1 victory against Iran in the AFC U-17 Asian Cup qualifiers. And with this victory, India ensured that they are going to go to Saudi Arabia next year. India beating Iran, the mighty Iran, in this AFC Under-17 Asian Cup qualifier. Wow. Wouldn't have thought that after what I've seen. Anupu says, yeah, Rishabh says qualified. I do not believe this because what we've seen in this qualifiers, yeah, I think crazy to think about it. And that despite Iran taking a 1-0 lead, despite it being the way it was in this tournament, that India would be able to beat Iran. Unexpected, yes. I told you, Will. Sort of, I told you, Will is now easy to say, but this is a massive thing. If I see the quality that we've seen, and we have to talk about the quality, right? And but on the other front, yeah, we take this victory, and India qualifies for the Asian Cup 2026, and another feather in the cap for Bibiano Fernandez and his boys. And yeah, who would have thought that? And give Rajru Yasin award. Bibiano should go outside. Yeah, it's Raju Sharkar. I said that over the last few days whenever we were watching it together, that this goalkeeper is really good, right? And I wouldn't, there are 2, 3, 4, 5 other players, Captain Gante, I think, and so therefore that's it. And yeah, it's incredible that we beat Iran. And if you I'll be honest. If you said that before the tournament started, I said that, and also after the way we played against Lebanon and Palestine, even against Chinese Taipei, I didn't see this kind of a performance coming today. This is really incredible, and there are scenes um, of the Iranians crying out there, but the Indians celebrating. And fifth or sixth time, I believe. No, I think 7 or 8 times. And look at the Indian boys going over there. That's class. Some of them going over to the Iranians, consoling them. That's what football is supposed to be about. Number 20 and Changte. Gangte, yeah. Gunleba, you mean. If you remember Rajroop Sharkar, GOAT goalkeeper. Yeah, you won this quality damn. The goalkeeper was brilliant. Yeah, Rajroop Sharkar, really brilliant. Played player 100% Chandrasekhar that he was the player of the match. I think without this kind of a performance from the keeper, I think none of it would have been possible. And big congratulations against all odds, Bibiano Fernandez and the boys qualifying. I'll be I'll be the first one to say, listen, I didn't think that this was possible. You know, is Rajasthan European quality the other or even Asian quality? Shivam, all this quality conversations is very difficult because um, again, European quality, I wouldn't think so. Asian quality, yeah, he could be. He could be. And question is, can he develop? Can he get better? Um, yes, he can. But the performances he's had in this tournament, don't forget, he kept us in the game against Palestine. Otherwise, most probably we lose it in the end. And if we see also against Chinese Taipei in the early parts of the game. So therefore, this is really good. Let me quickly put out a tweet, guys. 1 second. So that's wow, that's football, huh? What a result. Yes, Nanma sort of yes, Shubham Punya would be Gangte has played his part, Gunleba has played his part, Aslan Shah has played his part. Yeah, and what losing victory of decades. We defeated Iran. Just can stop my heartbeat right now. Just got so emotional, heart trembling, hand trembling. What performance it will be, man. Yeah, great. This is why we love football, right? That especially when you get these upsets, right? Happy for the boys and Bibiano. Yes, Rajroop Sharkar is brilliant. This DT 100%. That guy, without him, you wouldn't have won it. Sensational game. Kudos to Rajroop. Our players went for every challenge. We won this match through sheer intensity. Garo, and this is the weird one, right? If you saw this team against Lebanon, against Chinese Taipei, or even against Palestine, I think nobody would have thought that this kind of a performance would be possible. But somewhere it was there, right? So yeah, that's why we love football. Anyone can beat anyone on given day. Says Tanma, yes. Was that Krishnan always the assistant coach? No. Was it? I don't think so, Anupam. Just need one win and draw for Qatar 2026. Prashanjit, let's see. When you say about this victory of confident in the main tournament, what's needed to be done ahead? Anshu, it's an upset, right? Eh, If anybody says um, that this was expected or this, no, right? No, this is what football is about, right? And whew, um, you know, with all that has happened or is happening in Indian football, let's take these moments, let's enjoy them. Let's with all that is happening, um, good or bad, whatever. Yeah, just let's take in this moment. The best thing about this match was the fight put up by these lads. Done by 100%, right? And then that's what the thing is, right? And they grew to for the occasion to the occasion, and yeah, respect to them. And yeah, who would have thought that? Bibiano just so ice cold. He didn't even give any reactions. Yeah, you seeing his reactions. Bibiano celebrates. Is one of those guys who will he will inside him Bibiano will be very very happy and very very proud. Right? Maybe you don't see it that way, but um, he's achieved something very very big today. This is a massive achievement for him and the boys. What will you say about this victory of confidence in the main tournament? To be done ahead, we need to prepare. I think we need to. I hope that they don't make the mistakes that we're seeing currently being done with the women's under 17s, under 20s, and senior teams in regard to preparations. And yeah, that's what is needed. But that crowd is also good playing the 12-man part well. Anupam, I think that's the another surprise, right? I think a lot of people said before um, that why is this in Ahmedabad? Again, we have to talk about the ground, which was not good, right? But the crowd support was excellent, right? And they even came and clapped, supported the boys even when they got drew or lost. So respect, Ahmedabad. Has Bibiano ever failed in anything? I mean, he's the goat. Anyway, he has, right? He's again, don't exaggerate. Bibiano himself knows what he's done, what he's not done. Am I daydreaming, Simon? We might. I hope we don't wake up from this and then suddenly realize, you know what, this is not true. But at the moment, let's celebrate, right? This is huge. We did it. Yes, Pranjal, we did. I also like the right back and the right wing pair of ours. Yeah, yeah. Mohammed Ayman Bin. Yeah, also someone who's played in the matches. Every single time I turned off the stream, India scored my luck. But Rajru, thank you. Yeah, Rajrup. I think that's the name to remember from this game. This boy, wow, just wow, what he was able to do today, and yeah. Indus Valley civilization versus Mesopotamia civilization, says Hannibal. What a crowd, says Mehul. We play some best football when we defend for our lives. Yeah, but we also scored, right? We go behind, but we score, and that is the combination today that somehow it. I don't know why it clicked. It clicked for us, and a positive surprise in that way. But I take it. I today I take it. Um, you know, we often talk about this, that, everything. Let's forget about quality and all that stuff. Today it was about winning, and the boys did it, and that is what counts. And yeah, that's the big thing where we stand at this moment in time. And great to see what these boys have been able to do, and I didn't expect. No, I didn't expect this. This is really impressive. I'm bringing never ever in my dreams I will be able to imagine such result. Yeah, Avinash, welcome to the club. So this is a huge historic moment for us. We needed this massively. I'm in tears. Yeah, right now. Yeah, Rostik, brilliant, just brilliant. Hmm? Apna young kar dikhaya. My belief said, love you or another. I know your kids will do it. Our kids will do it. Let's hope so. Need to give good friendlies to these boys and all the girls too, please, for God's sake, AFF. Prasanji, that's the whole point. That is another point that we're just seeing with the women's team, the situation around their preparations, not only their preparation of the senior team, but also the under 20s and under 17s. All of that needs to happen, right? Yeah. Our kids finally did it. Yeah. Except for the senior men's team, each and every team, women has made us proud this year. One of the best years in terms of qualification. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Thailand win. Yeah, it does. It does of the Thailand win against the women. Yeah, me too. That Iran just Habibi, India plays football, says Simon. Okay, I thought Iran would bulldoze India, but things surprised me. Yeah, how this miracle happened? This is probably the worst Indian under 17 match ever. So, Robert, this whole youth football in Asia seems to be in crisis, but let's not bother about it. Today we've qualified. Let's take this miracle and. Yeah. And there is no consistency, right? The problem that we have with the Indian team is there with other teams as well, which is very interesting. The stronger teams normally, ah, you know, sort their way out. But this today was just incredible. Well, we are through absolute bonkers. Let's hope AFF gives proper exposure matches to this team. Yes or no? That's the main thing. Captain Gangte, SSD. Fernandez was the coach, isn't it? Yes, Ritam, he is. And now what went wrong for her in the second half, in your opinion? Anupam, I don't know. They 1-0 in control, in charge. Do you then think you're gonna play it out easily? I don't know. It's difficult. Again, don't forget we're talking about an under 17 team for both, right? And yeah, so that's the thing. So therefore, the, towards the end, it was also chaotic, right? So therefore, that also helped us. Iran was not cool enough to play it out, and yeah, from that perspective, I would say it helped us. It helped us, and very interesting to see, right, where we now stand at Asian level. I think same in case of Iran. This is not good. Watch Indian channel comment where fans having Joker emoji. At least we not go for this year to cup. Okay, it was the fight of Onana and Quatwas and Nana India. Either Bangladesh में रोना धोना शुरू. Okay, another one. Again, Iran didn't play well enough. And this says, play football. Don't get carried away, guys. This is probably the worst. Yeah, that's what we've discussed. Something for the boys. 3 wins, one men's team qualified. Yes, sort of. I still remember the last year heartbreak in Thailand, but I can't forget about that after this performance. Yeah, we do. I think it's on AF to give exposure to and make the best of these players. Yon Benjamin not played if he had played maybe. Okay. Yes, Orijit. India have qualified by beating Iran 2-1 and Bangladesh are out. They lost 4-0 against China. Jen was signed. That's a collective. Let's hope for better friendlies out of U-17 Asian Cup. Let's get some friendlies against European Middle Eastern teams. Let's see. Myanmar and India qualified. Yeah, let's just quickly go through the groups. Let me just quickly go through the groups which have finished. Group A, China top with 15 points, Bangladesh second with 12. So China go through. In Group B, Yemen go through on 15 points, winning all of their matches. Pakistan, Laos, and Kyrgyz Republic all on 9. In Group C, it's Vietnam winning all of their games ahead of Malaysia. Group D, which is the most even of all groups, India and Iran on 7 points, but India go ahead in the head-to-head. Group E, still to be played, Australia, Iraq will decide the winner of that group. Group F, Thailand, Turkmenistan, Kuwait, all on 9 points. But Thailand go through in the head-to-head. Group G, Myanmar go through. Wow, that's an interesting one. Despite drawing against Syria. 'Syria. 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 ' So that those are the teams who join: Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Uzbekistan, South Korea, North Korea, Japan, Indonesia, United Arab Emirates, and Tajikistan at the 2026 Under 17 Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia. How is this quality of this U-17? Well, let's not talk about quality, because we've talked a lot about quality and the lack of quality, but today they've qualified, so we're not, sometimes you just win. Forget the quality part. I think Iran came up with the mindset in which they thought that a draw would be enough for us to qualify. For India, it was just a win. That's what it was, to get through. Perfect mindset and resilience. Mehul, yeah, but Iran even took the lead, right? So from that perspective, it's a very, sometimes psychology is a very deceptive thing, right? Because um, it's it is very difficult sometimes to control how you want to do things or not do things. But for Iran to, and you know, so that's the thing. To me, I think when Gangte got the equalizer, um, and India went into the break, and that was psychology. How do you see we can draw with Pakistan and lose to Lebanon but defeat Iran and qualify? But what do you take out of this as a whole? Happy for the team though. Anyway, Kwaya, that's a very interesting point, because the loss against Lebanon was better than us, no doubt about it. Against Palestine, we started off very strongly, but in the end, I thought, right, um, could have lost the game, even though there were chances at both ends for both sides. And against Chinese Taipei, I was worried after Chinese Taipei went ahead, but again, India was better thereafter, and even though we missed tons of chances, but deserving winners. And today it was timing, resilience, fighting spirit. Again, is Iran most probably better than us? Most probably they are, but being better always doesn't make you win. So therefore, I take this today. As I say, let's not talk about quality and all. That's why I take it. Myanmar, India both qualified. Yes. Do you think they underestimate us? I don't know if they underestimated us. I don't think that. I don't think that they would do. But football is sometimes won and lost in the head. And I feel the Iranians most probably, again, as I say, 1-0 up. You're nearly gonna go into the break. You concede a penalty. Suddenly the psychology of the game shifts, and India gets that second. And you get it early in the second half. And that those last 5 minutes of the first 7-8 minutes of the second half completely changed the complexion of the game. And Iran were out of it, and India did what was needed to get through. My day is Sunday, says Simon. I would take this victory with pride. People saying it's Iran worst in 17, but don't forget, we're right now even at tier 2, even 2. Let's just enjoy and build from the base. Then we'll take it. As I said, let's not get into discussion who's how good, how bad, because then if we do a whole analysis of all the groups and then think, okay, who made it, who doesn't make it, and all that stuff, there are many better teams than us who have not qualified, and I'm sure there's the one other team which is worse than us who've qualified. So therefore, let's not into that discussion. Hats off to Bibiano and his boys, and their fighting spirit and hunger is all that matters. I hope the seniors look at this and at least learn something. He says, mistake. Winning against China friendlies today when they have potential. Only proper planning needs to be done, but that is a big. Prasanjit, yeah, planning is not my budgets. My main thing with the AFF is budgets. It's not planning. Planning they can do. Will they be able to do it? Right? Look at yesterday's press conference, Khalid Jamil, the way they've conducted yesterday's press conference, and listen to what was all discussed yesterday. Then you know that the AFF has a lot of problems and a lot of issues everywhere, right? And that makes me then very, very concerned, very worried if I look at things. Luck did favor us today, a very rare sight for us. Yes, Simon, of course, luck favored, right? Without, you need sometimes luck. Sometimes it's not about quality, sometimes it's about luck. Very impressive result for 35 ranked team. Huge contribution of goalkeeper. India's ranked by now 142. That's a different discussion at under 17 level. The rank doesn't count. Things is wrong for Iran. They does not able to enter penalty box in second half. Defender did great. Otherwise, maybe penalty as India got. Maybe. By the way, isn't Philippines supposed to be a decent team, or am I confusing them with someone else? Why are they U-17 so bad? Pranjal at don't compare senior level under 23, under 20, under 17 level. It depends what kind of an age group you have. Does India qualifying for major international tournaments forces put pressure to have to do some work? They must be crying. Anupam, no. Look at what they're doing on the women's side. Have they done the work? Right. So, in my opinion, I was extremely lucky they didn't concede during last 10 minutes, just lobbing the ball to inside. Any team at IQ will hold the ball instead of clearing. Like, no, Zoravar, if you, yeah, that's football. Found from a goal by Costinan match? Yes, Prashant, I would say so. So, do you think with a better foreign coach, we can do better, like how India U-17 are doing? Or do you expect Bibiano can give result, but for the players, we need better coach? Shumesh, I I think Bibiano has got the maximum out of this bunch. If I again, and they, we have to say that this group was by far the closest group in these qualifiers. All the other groups were very, very clear in regard to, the one or two teams or even three teams winning their matches and then fighting it up. In this, with due to a lot of these draws, it helped us to stay in the race. So that's, we have to be, let's celebrate. We can analyze, but yes, if we could get a better foreign coach, if we can do a program where we get exposure abroad, it would help. But there is, again, we have a lack of talent, and that is something which will most probably at Asian level will then be seen. Did Iran not beat Brazil in last or previous to that U-17 World Cup? I don't remember, Vastik. हमने ईरान को there are unbelievable rare moments in Indian football. Yeah, Utkarsh, let's celebrate. Pressure. Check out the press for the women's team ahead of the Women's Asian Cup. Yeah. No Iran, Malaysia, Kyrgyzstan, Lebanon, Iraq, Jordan, Oman in U-17 Cup, but we're there. That surprised me, but also makes me happy. Harry Maguire, forget who are not there. Just be happy we're there. Let's enjoy. Let's enjoy this moment. We have few moments to enjoy as Indian football fans, especially in these times like today. Let's celebrate. Let's be happy. That's what I'm saying. Quality, there's that. We can dissect that. There's enough time. Take this. Today, take the win. How it came, why it came, doesn't matter. We won. Period. Sometimes you just have to win football matches. Right? So therefore, for me, I take this. There have been much better under 17 teams who didn't qualify that we've had. But that's not the topic today. The moves from the middle were good, especially from the captain. He was cool and composed. First time I've seen a junior player confident on the ball, physically well-built Iranian players. Joseph Gangte has been really good. If you see, the Chinese Taipei match, it was his smartness, cleverness, which got us the second and the third goal. Right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be in the situation today because we would be 1 point less. Or 2 points less, sorry, because if we are 1-1 with Chinese Taipei. So therefore, from that perspective, this was great to see. And if I think about it, for us, let's take it. Let's take it. And we're there. Congratulations. As an Indian football fan, it's like sometimes you get traumatized or sometimes full of joy. Yep. Again, let's take this joy. Let's be happy. Biggest win in men's competition at all in the last decade or so. Yeah. Last 15, 20 years, I guess. I think the only bigger win than this, I would say last 25 years. The last big victory for us was against United Arab Emirates in 2001 on the 8th of April in Bangalore. Is Iran limited formation? Yes, they are. There were upsets all across the board today. Makes the qualifiers this year one of for the ages. Simon, there are, I said, if you look at the groups, again, China, Bangladesh fighting for the win, and China, of course, winning in the end. But again, Bangladesh topping Bahrain, that's impressive to me. If we look at Group B, okay, Yemen winning. Okay, Yemen have had good under 17 teams, but second and third are Pakistan and Laos, then Kyrgyz Republic, right? That is an interesting one. If I look at Group C, Vietnam, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore. Okay. Australia, Iraq, and theoretically Jordan eliminated at under 79, and Jordan is not playing any role, right? Group F, Thailand, Turkmenistan, and Kuwait. But then Thailand go through. Interesting. And Group G, Myanmar, Oman, Syria, with Myanmar going through. Again, that's so therefore, yes, very right. A lot of upsets in these. So India, 1 draw, 1 win, 1 loss. How does it come out at 7 points? 2 wins, Ritam. 2 wins, no? Chinese Taipei and Iran beaten, draw against Palestine, and a loss against Lebanon. It's 7. I know, but people are asking questions which at least put some attention to them, says one of them. Yeah. Final winner goes through if the same. Yes, it's a head-to-head. So if India had drawn, again, they wouldn't have been same on number of points, but again, Iran would have had an advantage. Football is so famous because of these kind of matches and unpredictability. Yes, Prasenji, that's the charm of football, right? If anyone predicted this, that India would have a chance against Iran in the final game after the tournament that we've played, we have to be honest enough, right? This is today's match, outstanding. But what we've played in this tournament, some of the matches are, okay, the less we talk about it, the better. Need to make changes to this setup. Ayush, yeah, if you've got better players, brilliant, let's bring them in. Do you think they missed crucial chance cost Iran? Yes, more in first half, surely. Iran previous matches were much better. The level has also gone down a bit, but doesn't matter. I will absolutely take this right now. Exactly, just like forget what their level is. Even this team normally should be better than us, right? But yeah, Lebanon must be so mad right now. They beat the team that qualified. They drew the best team, but 2 draws, and they were out. Yeah, Lebanon beat India, but drew all the other 3 matches. And think about Lebanon just needed a win against Chinese Taipei, for example, right? Who were the weakest of the teams in this group. So insane. I mean, again, if we look at this group, it's the closest of all groups. India on 7, Iran on 7, Lebanon on 6, Palestine on 5. Even Palestine. Any one of those 4 teams could have gone through, you know? So that's the point. Luck, 100%. Mindset Mastery, of course, luck was with us. Mindset Mastery, for me, I take this. What about RFDL tournament? If FSL pulls out, will they continue this tournament because it was the only good thing happening after FSL invested in football? No, Ankit, I don't. Most probably not happening anymore. Khalid yesterday said more foreigners are coming for national. Zorawar, exactly that is what he didn't say. See, that's the thing that listen to what Khalid said. Watch my video where I tried to explain this. Khalid Jamil, take out of it. Khalid said, and if you know Khalid, you said, I would like to have 3 or 4 more. What does it mean? I would like to have 3 or 4 more. He would like to have 3 or 4 more. Is he going to get them? So let's not get into that. Any guy impressed match? Yeah, Murali, the goalkeeper. Raju Sarkar, finally maybe continuing the tradition of quality Bengali goalkeepers in the national team. Wait, this India beat China as well. Yes, Suravar in a friendly, but also lost 4-0 to China. So we have to also say that. Yes, it did. Now, would you explain why some teams like Japan have already qualified were playing qualifiers? Yes, Priyanshu. So because the qualifiers are happening in parallel to the Under-17 World Cup, which ended on Friday, the AFC has decided that the quarterfinalists of the year before automatically qualify for next year's tournament because they have to play the World Cup. And Qatar, being the hosts of the Under-17 World Cup, also get a slot. So these 9 slots are fixed, and then 7 group winners qualify for the 16 team under 17 Asian Cup. Closed or friendly, one loss, one win. Yes. Lost 4-0 and won 1. Yeah. Goalkeeper saved the match. Yes, Chirag. Again, Rajroop, everything that we say about the boy is not enough to compliment his performance. It was exceptional. It was exceptional. It was brilliant. And I've been praising him through the tournament because he was. There are two standout players in my opinion. That is Rajroop and Gante. As a Forget as a captain, but as a central midfielder, controlling the game and also having that impact as he had against Chinese Taipei to score 3 goals. So those two, you know, uh, so therefore, let's see. From what I see now as well, and before COVID in U7, we used to beat major in Middle Eastern teams, except for a few. Now maybe not. But how tables turn in seniors? What's the root cause for this? Harry, are we under? We go back to the whole conversation. Are we playing under 17 teams in the under 17 competitions? That is one. And some of these Middle Eastern sides have not been good. I mean, this is the first time I can remember that we lost to Lebanon. We always beat Lebanon by 4, 5, 6 goals, right? Now let's target for the U17 World Cup. I know it's very difficult right now, but that should be the mentality, right? So why not? But for that, the work needs to be done. Do we automatically qualify next Asian Cup 2 after Saudi? No, we don't. Chirag, we need to get into the quarters. Yeah, if we get into the quarters, then you qualify for the 2027 edition of the tournament. I need results. Exactly. It's about the result. It's for me, the result counts. And again, good, bad, whatever. Iran most probably is better team than us. But that doesn't matter. Right? In football, does the better team always win? You know? Yeah. So perfectly said, sir. We should just celebrate. Exactly. Just celebrate. Gante gives me the Apuya vibes. Simon, not really, because I feel Gante is a little bit more attacking minded and is at that age better on the ball than Apuya was. Can't even understand. Day before yesterday, some people were counting Bibiano should be sacked, and after today's match, Bibiano is good. Aman, that is football for you. That's why I was defending Bibiano on Friday and saying, listen, he's not that bad a coach. But and again, is he the GOAT? Is again these in today's world, in today's social media world, it is extremes. One day you're at the bottom, one day at your top, and the reality is somewhere in between. But we will not talk about this. We would have, if let's say, if we after this great fight, we would have gotten a 2-2. It would have been the old Indian football story, right? Oh, we're so close yet so far. Rarely do we get these kind of matches over the line. Rarely, right? True, there are 4 good teams in our group, and even Taiwan did well. Yeah, Pranjal, that's true. Fun worked for India. Yes, Muradi. You rate this Gante as some national team material? You see him with so rather he is surely national team material. Yes, but will he make it? Don't ask me this question now because some of the boys that I thought from the under-17 World Cup who would make it have not made it, and some boys who wouldn't have been my list. The best one is Apuya, has made the list. So therefore, again, we all, when you see a player, you think XYZ, he's going to make it. He might not make it. So therefore, that's also some of the realities, right? To me, that's the reality of football. Sometimes coma, sometimes joy, sometimes frustrations in your football fans. Yeah. Forget Indian football fans. That's the life of a football fan in general. Anywhere in the world, it's rarely do you have teams who win everything all the time. There will be teams who win this, who win that, and then there are other teams who lose. Yeah. So therefore, it's crazy. Some of the stuff is yeah. It's not sometimes not logical. Don't again, as I say, don't come with logic to some of the stuff because it doesn't work. It just does not work. May this be the start of the glory we have been long waiting for. May we do better from here on and don't have to look back at the 2024 downfall ever again. Sure, I wish and I hope so. I hope this team will get better exposure before Saudi 2026. That is a very important point, Aman. And at the moment, I don't see, you know, um, you know, um, what it is. But the AFF needs to do stuff. Will the AFF do it? I know that again, we will get carried away. People, uh, uh, um, you know, so therefore we need to be doing what is needed to yeah, to see what can be done. But let's wait and see. Which player impressed you the most in this whole competition? For me, Gangte and Raju, these two would be the standouts for sure. Yeah, yeah. Now AF and Kalyan will take credit for this as well. Of course they will, Swastik. They will milk the whole thing out. Do you think Iran, when never expected player we have played today? No. Raju, if he's able to do this AFC Asian Cup, I see some outside clubs probably noticing him. Even a pre-contract from European lower league club would be welcoming. Shivam, do not get carried away. You're getting carried away. Let him play. It was good. It was solid. It was very, very important. But yeah, our group was also pretty hard as well, not to forget. It was like the group of death. Drastic, that is what kept us alive because it was sort of a group of death and we survived situations and others didn't get through, right? In our U7 World Cup happening on a yearly basis, now the quality of U17s will reduce significantly, especially for the big sides. Um, Zarava, see it a little differently. It will depend on the quality of your batch every year. Now, you cannot work for 24 months for a team to develop a team. You will now have to develop teams in a 9 to 12-month window. And that either you have some exceptional talent, which takes you through. So therefore, for me, if you see the Under 17 World Cup, right, a decent Austria, not a special Austrian team, to be very honest. I would have rated, for example, yeah, some of the others much more higher than Austria. But somehow as a team, they got through, right? And this is, you mentioned a very important point, Zoravar, and what I've seen in these qualifiers at least, the gap between, teams seems to be less, at least in Group D. In other groups, the gaps were there, evident, but we've got top sides most probably in Asia. We've got a large chunk of teams which are of sort of a similar level. And then we've got those who are, non-starters. But I'm interested to see how Iran develops in the next 5 years. Because to me, I think Iran could be on a downward spiral, and this might be the start of it. Today might be the start of it of a downward spiral for Iranian football. That they are not a usual top 5 Asia suspect. I felt we have the weakest squad of the last decade, but this Iran win just came full of joy. Yeah. Shivam, this is the weakest that I've seen of an under 17 squad. So that tells you the story, right? You could have the best squad, this, that, everything, you don't win, and you could have a weak squad and you can win. This is what football is about, right? At the end of the day, this is sometimes the charm, this is sometimes the craziness of what football is. This is what football is all about. Football is sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes better teams don't achieve something and weaker teams achieve something. So, yeah. Les Trader says a win is a win. Exactly. Let's take this as a win. And Ritam says our group was the real group of hell. Agree. It's true, Ryan. It's true. Ryan talked with the 17 boys before match to motivate them. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Do you think penalty was turning point of the match? Yes, Murali. I think that penalty, if that penalty doesn't happen and Iran go with a 1-0 lead uh, um, uh, into the break, I don't know. Because India psychologically got the goal perfectly at the right time, a penalty, equalizer, um, and then the goal, 52nd minute. Yeah, couldn't have been better. India 7, Iran 7, Lebanon 6, Palestine 5. Yeah, and especially Lebanon will kick itself for its draws. Lebanon's opening draw against Chinese Taipei, and then the draw against Palestine. Yeah, right. According to X posts, Rhino had a motor talk with the U-17 players. So, Ravar, if you did it, great. Tara, what should be actually done before the AFC U-17 tournament? When is the, 1 second, let me figure out when is the tournament next year scheduled. Is that written somewhere? 7th to 24th May. Okay, 7th to 24th May. I think, and I hope, we have some sort of youth league. We have an under 18 league at the moment is happening. And so that the boys get some match practice at club level. I hope that they are able to get extended camps for the boys, that they get exposure. That we also have a look at other players as well, so that this is not a close-knit group of 23, 25 players. That, and then let's see who we face in the group stage, right? Because if I look at who have qualified, right, I have Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Japan, North Korea, Qatar, South Korea, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, United Arab Emirates. And so far, here qualified China, Yemen, Vietnam, India, Thailand, and Myanmar. For a 16-team tournament, we'll get a tough group this way or that way. So, yeah, we need to be prepared. And if there are better players in the market, if there are better players in India, we need to find them. Raju is from which academy? He is with the Zinc Football Academy in Rajasthan. He is a Zinc Football Academy player. So, surprising one, I would say, that is the academy that he plays for. But therefore, that's surprise, I guess. But yeah, that's great. And it will be interesting to see if everyone is eligible. I'm just looking. Everyone is Gangte is actually 15. He's not even 16. So he's one of the younger ones. He's the youngest player in that squad. Interesting. And the oldest one is Aslan Shah. So therefore, this whole squad can play. Please highlight the name of the group. Yes, I've done. Rajrup, Chorkar, I've said X number of times. What about defender? Defenders also did their job. Kuru Mite, Mohammad Ayman Bin, but especially Shubham Punya. Shubham Punya overall impressed me. Even Zwala as a left back. Overall, yeah. So they qualify for World Cup. Man, they have to get to the quarterfinals of the competition. That would get you a World Cup spot. Great to see Bengali bringing old dominance in Indian football team, maybe. You said, the most important thing you said, maybe. Rajrup is only playing at under 17 level. Let him, as I say with everybody else, even with the boys who go abroad, let everybody evolve and develop. We get carried away that we think, oh, XYZ needs to this, needs to that, needs to this, needs to that. Let the boys play football. We get carried away too quickly. Let the boy play and perform. Honestly, I had zero hope and expectations from this game, but after that penalty in the first half, I had some belief that we can at least pull off something from this, and the rest was history. Shastik, you went into the game like me. I said to myself, let them play well, and then let's see what happens. As I always say in football, anything is possible. Sadly, that hasn't happened, Yeah, need to look for some Minerva boys. I think they can have so. I don't know, Ayush. It doesn't matter where they come from. Circle to U7 World Cup. Simply, you have to get to the quarterfinals of the AFC Asian Cup, and then from there you could qualify. Um, 9 teams in total qualify. Qatar qualify automatically because they are the hosts of the World Cup. And then theoretically the quarterfinalists. Otherwise, if it's not, then you'll have to have a competition between the third place teams. So that means qualifying for knockouts in U7 Asian Cup makes you squad for World Cup as the next, as well as U17 Asian Cup. Yes, that's the thing. Dada, I should probably be a goalkeeping scout. I feel I remember from the very first ball handling, I told you this Raju guy looks good. Yeah, I remember, Shivam. We had a discussion, and I said let him show that throughout the game, and he did against Palestine. And I said after that, already after the Palestine game, that I thought, we were talking about some other players who did well, but then had their problems. But this guy has done it. How many matches India is get to play in U7 Asian Cup? Three, three group stage matches. Do you mean these players are above? I guess the one or the other might be, yes. But again, new match, I think they can assign competition and boys get chances. Let's see what academy from which. The Iran coach probably getting fired today. Sure, let's see. Crowd was amazing too. Yes, Chirag, crowd was exceptional. We were still talking about a crowd in Ahmedabad, and this was an exceptional crowd in Ahmedabad, and didn't expect this, but yeah, today very impressed, I have to say, with that crowd in Ahmedabad. Yes, Hungary was looking better than Ireland, but in last second, Ireland scored goal, seal World Cup spot that it unique result. Yeah, qualifying spot, right? Next round. Do you see this is 17 qualifying for quarters? There are the likes of Vietnam, Japan, South Korea were way more stronger. So, rather, let's see what group we get. Let's see what group we get. Let's see what the AFF does with preparations. Yeah. They need to be given proper matchups as well as camps. Yeah, Shivam, 100%. Gangte is attacking midfielder, whereas Apuya is defensive midfielder. Gangte attacking mindset to win ball from opponent's player. Wish him great future. I think we all wish him a great. Dalalmoan, Gangte, yeah. That means that if it is a 16 team divided into four teams match, that India would go to World Cup if India's top two in this group. That'd be the case. We have a very good opportunity. Priyanshu, let's wait and see what happens with the group. What's your final thoughts about the match, about the players? Also, you're happy with the dedication that was shown apart from the goalkeeper? He was too good. Which player do you think stand out today? Punya would be. Punya has been solid, I think, overall through the tournament. Kuru, Mohammed Ayman Bin. We've spoken about Gangte and his dedication. So, those are the boys that I would say are up for discussion in regard to what they did. And yeah. Um, you know, Mukondo, Danny, Gunleba, Lesman, all of them did their parts, but I think the defensive players in general were the key. In general, a lot of countries are in decline as well, but again, U17 is always surprising. Rushabh, this is what I've seen, right? I've been, whatever I've seen this year of age group competitions in Asia, it seems like that the top teams are stagnating or getting worse, right? And I look at the under 23s. Bahrain was pathetic, and I've never seen such a bad Qatar. And today, this Iran, and I thought this Iran was more mature and more ready, but this is for Iran, it was poor. Because we are also not the best under seven. And I mean, if we had one of our best under 17 squads, they would have demolished Iran today. If I look at it from that perspective, which I find crazy, that in India could have theoretically, with our best team, could have demolished this Iran. So it shows me how far away, So yeah. From 1996, Iran has always qualified for the U17 Asian Cup. This time they struggled against Lebanon and Pakistan. Also did not win huge with Zanzibar was good. We got a strong group. Joseph, the question is, did we get a strong group or did we get a poor group and that's why we got away? Right? We have to be honest to ourselves that if you say, oh, this was not a strong group. It was even. It was even Stevens. But again, it was this is what we're just talking about. It's a lack of quality. And Rudra says, "Hi Rudra, this match was worse than previous. How they qualified? I do not watch match." Rudra, we for once we scored goals at the right time, and we hung in there and we fought. It reminded me of India Thailand women's. Right, we fought till the end. We gave everything. This team today gave everything that they had. And sometimes, if you are not as good as your opponents, but you fight, that fighting spirit sometimes gets you over the line. So yeah, so that's what won us today. If Raju Saka will get a performance Asian Cup, maybe foreign club will get interested. Let's wait and see. Again, guys, not get carried away. He's too young anyway. Under 17 can't sign for a foreign club anyway. Let him play. Let him play where he is. Women's team not getting exposure even after Asian Cup qualification. Same will happen with men's U-17 team. Rudra, I fear so. But again, let's hope that the AFF can sort out something. Truly saying this is not a good match like previous one, but we need good exposure for this team. Yeah, even though 100%. Again, this is if we're honest about um, that we've had, um, we need to see what happens. The team came to Germany. Did you see them yourself? How do you assess them from that tour? And do you think that helped team a lot? And do you think our team needs more tours, also international friendlies? Harry, this team did not come to Germany. The last tour was of the team 2 years ago. This team has not come to Germany. Happy. Good night, Arunava. Take care. Catch you later. Anupam, good night. Where these players really under 17? Rudra, that's another question which I don't want to get into. That's very valid question to ask. Aslan and Shivam, both these dads have also got some potential as well. Yeah, Gunleba, maybe to add. Punya to mention. Yeah. Dalal Mon Gangte is from Northeast United FC. Kudos to them. Yes, very, very true. But he's not the only one. Northeast United had Shubham Punya and also Gunleba. So three of the key players of this team are all Northeast United. Did the forward Rayan Ahmed? No, I didn't see much of him, Zoravar, to be able to rate the guy. Right? He got time, but he always coming on as a sub. Hmm. Sometimes not the teams with best quality wins. The team which gives all on the day wins. This beauty of football. Austria won there. We won here. Yeah, very, very true. Okay, found out after from Zinc Football Academy. Yeah, as I said, Zorawa, Zinc Football Academy. Make it 3.5K. Oh, let's see. We're closing in, right? Yeah, didn't say anything. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. We're at 3,497 today. So we're closing in on the 3,500 mark. And so far we've had, so just what? 72 likes on this video. Thanks, guys. This is, again, yeah, on this. Let's have some more positive days in Indian football. India's qualifying for Asian Cup for last few editions. We all know what these players are doing currently. Same will happen with this match. Rudro, these are thoughts we can have another and discuss another day. Today, let's stick to the happiness that we have, and tomorrow we can go back to the critical part. Who was that guy who got the red card in the last game? Tony is his name, right? You also look pretty decent to me. Is the one who kind of give me the Apuya vibes to wait for that. No, that guy was Tong. What was his name? Sorry, what was his name? Tangumang Tutang. Yeah, sorry, that was his name. Didn't expect Bangladesh to lose and China and India defeat Iran, especially after the last match when Lebanon defeated us. You didn't expect China to win against Bangladesh? Why didn't you? There were a few AFF FIFA Talent Academy lads in current U-17 batch. Did any of them impress you? Who was part of the Zwala, Diamond, and Rahan Ahmed? Nah, but I would say Zwala would be the one, if you ask me. But the others, not that much. Zinkan is doing good work here in Udaipur. Yes, Rudro, they are. It's very easy to get into FIFA U-17 World Cup than to qualify for U-17 Asian Cup. Man, 48 team World Cup and 16 team Asian Cup has got to expand the number of teams. No, why, Sujal? It is a 16-team tournament. So for to qualify for the Asian Cup, um, you will have to get into it, no? The World Cup. Yeah. I like so many players in this batch. At least three, four, 100% will play for main team. Just hopefully need to start having league soon. I don't think that three-fourth of them will play for the national team. From what I know, President recently said you don't have to have a particular passport case of something. So there's possible we can call someone that PO in European Academy. No, we can't, Harry. You need to have an Indian passport to represent India. India scored a big 8-1 win against Precision FC Women in the first match of the UAE tour today. Linda scored 4 goals defending with Avika, Sangeeta Basfor, and Anju Taman. Great. Also among the goals, okay, says, okay. Kondeva was a bit of a disappointing in this competition. I expected much better from him, but at this level, you can't have that much improvement. Any player, right? Rustic, yes, because he was one of our standout players in the SAF. So therefore, yeah, most probably we thought he could do more. Shubham Punya is from Northeast United FC. Yet again, kudos to them. Nandan Dwala is from AFF Talent Academy. Yeah, AFF FIFA tournament. Didn't expect crowd in Gujarat, the least sporting state. So rather, let's give them, you know, uh, 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 you know, um, that they really back the team, right? And even in losses, they back the team. So credit to them. Credit to the fans in Gujarat, right? I think it's one of those where you say, okay, do we really believe this? Do we really believe that? But it was impressive to say the least. And yeah, Rajiv really took my allegations seriously. Sorry, lad, I never went to prison. Keep it up, says Simon. Doesn't Gurasai lives in Ahmedabad? No, he doesn't. He lives in Surat. Commentators saying football one academy had come to another there to bring football culture and all. Okay. At least still regularly qualifying for the U-17 Asian Cup. Drastic guess. Is the Shan Hundal rumor really true? No. Shan wants to play in India, but let's see. So where's Himanshu joining his batchmates now? Mukul playing, I think, I don't even know where they're playing. I think Punjab League. Shum Punya, long clearance gives vibes of Sandesh Jingan, not comparing, but Shubhan has great physique, many good long clearance. He was who handled defense very well. He gave me more of an Anwar Ali vibe, if you ask me, rather than a Sandesh. I think there wants to be some adjustments in this U-17 squad, but it will always depend upon what they will do. Goku, very right. We'll keep all players playing like their last match, fight spirit, and then we will accept result. Yeah. Mobile fans claiming India was no match to be fixed. They're claiming AFF Iran to win the match, so please the public to nation in Bangladesh. So now, why are you bothering what fans in Bangladesh or elsewhere are saying? You guys just focus. We've won today. Let's celebrate it. Why bother what the fans in Bangladesh are saying or not? Don't care. Right? We lost to them in the senior level 2 weeks ago, and we have to be humble enough to say that. But today, our under 17s beat Iran. We rarely to never beat Iran. Let's take that. Don't forget the rest. After this massive win of Goa can also upset Istiklal at home, that would be perfect to hear for us. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. Doesn't understand him, boys. Winning against Iran gives a big statement. Also, I haven't seen the game, so tell me how did we play it? Shridhant, the story of the first half is easy told. Iran take the lead. Iran control affairs. We got a late penalty, which was a penalty. We equalize, score in the 52nd, and thereafter it's a fight till the end. And we kept the Iranians as much out as possible as we could to win this game and deservingly win this game. It's not just that we have won. We have won because we were deserving winners of this game. That is the big thing in my opinion, that we were deserving winners in the end. Compare senior team to junior team, huge difference. Massive, right? There's no comparison, right? Don't compare. Yeah. Thoughts on Guleba? We just discussed Ankit has been better. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So can we call some POSA players 17? Goku, theoretically, yes, but again, we got the passport issue, no? After this tough and gritty performance, these lads also deserve a cash prize like the women's, but do AFF have anything left in the bank? Shastik, have they paid the women? Or under 20s, under 70s? Sorry, I just need to get up once. Sitting. Ah. Have the women's received the money? Have the under 20s women received the money? Have the under 70 women? Just asking. I've not heard anything. I should actually need to ask someone. So from that perspective, we have, we've not done enough. Uh, the AFF will surely announce something. And brilliant, brilliant. We won today. Deservingly, we won today in the end, right? Because it was the fighting spirit which won us the game. And these kind of football games are so important, so needed that we just get a result and win it. And it's good. It feels good today. Today, it feels good that we did win this game. Do you think Indian football done unthinkable thing today? Yes, Monali, we did an unthinkable thing and Iran played bad. Yes. I hope Motabhai starts a football club. Okay, I think this goes to show important is to have a stable league structure. Even these top nation struggles in youth qualifiers, they still have quality players for the national team. Rushabh, the question is why is suddenly across Asia at youth level so many nations are struggling, right? Because the quality has dropped. If I look at these qualifiers, we have to be honest. It wasn't the qualify. I've seen qualifiers in other groups that we've played in the last few years, and we've qualified where the qualification level was higher. So that's a general problem. I think AF should bring Johan Benjamin in key Asian Cup. Johan Benjamin is too old, right? You think our wingback were impressive? They were good. Impressive is a big word. Kafa U-17 had in May 2000. Iran lost to Kyrgyzstan 3-4. Iran lost to Uzbekistan 4-2. Also did not qualify for the semi-finals. Kafa U-17. Joseph, maybe that's a sign that this Iranian batch this season was not good enough. Maybe. I don't know. Any update on league? Get our guys playing football weekly. AFF leadership is ashamed as well. No, there is nothing that has been done on that. Today was the best day for an Indian football fan this year, no doubt about it. Trustic, it was one of the best, I would say, because I will not forget our win against Thailand, where I was a little bit more emotional, I will say. Uh, so yeah. Our winger speed also good, but they can't hold ball in opponent half. Yeah, that's the problem. Johan just come back from long injury and just been back at the team last match. Do you think the 2000 U-17 match would have beaten the Indian side? Yes, Surav. Hands down. I think they would have beaten them because that team has a level of quality which would have won them the game today. Apart from our men's senior team, this has been a good year for Indian football. Tanmay, yeah, most probably. If you want to say it that way, yes. Do you think this team can compete well in upcoming Asian Cup, or do you think it was just a fluke today? Orko, I don't think it was a fluke. But as said, I think the level of competition in these qualifiers was not the best. Yeah, he's too old. If goal difference preferred in tiebreakers from home and away, Rangoon was home to home, head to head used because there's only one round against each team. Yeah, yeah. I think Rushabh, that's the logic that the AFC have. In the last few moments, Mar was really in my mouth, not kidding. Yeah, no, he's 19, I think. Definitely need improvement for AFC U-17, but holding their nerves in a must-win match is great. At least better is this than the senior team. Now, 100%. This was today was soothing, made happiness. I think brought happiness to all of us after all that we've gone through in the last few weeks and months. And the team has done us justice. 2017 match was best. That's it. Okay. Do you think Iran football on board and fans shocked by the result? That too against India, football was unpredictable. Like, yeah, they will be very upset because I don't think that they thought that they would be out of these qualifiers. Okay, I got Fuzzy played in sense. Yep. The reason I was critical to Gujarat is because they get the majority chunk of sports budget because of Modi get struggle in sports. What was the last time a Gujarati player for national team? So rather, I get that point, and again, they're now going to get Commonwealth Games and Olympics is also being exercised, whatever. But in this tournament, in this stadium, which you see here next to me in this um, montage, they gave the boys brilliant support, right? And even in, as I said, even in defeat, they supported the team, and that is something which we rarely see in an Indian football context. So therefore, yeah, it is the way it is. Yes, he did. When we started playing long ball in the second half, it was wonders, says Orko. Gujarati. Zover, I get your point. Forget Gujarati footballer. I think how many Gujarati players are there in other sports? But in this case, um, the support was great. Again, the ground, we can talk about it because that was not good. But the support of the boys was brilliant. Period. That is that's the summary of things, right? Like the women's, luck was also on our side today, and sometimes luck also plays a very crucial part in the game. Trustic, very important. Very, very important that today luck was really, really on our side. And we take it. I take it, so therefore for me, yeah, better crowd than Goa, Al Nassr or Goa versus Goa and 5,000 crowd for Israel cross training, even losing of Deborah and that. Yeah. Is India winter? Yes, Devanshu, India won today. And India qualified today. Yes, India won. India qualified. Do you think turmoil going to happen in football after this match? I really know Iran AFC match. Morally, I have no clue what will happen in Iran. For that, I don't know enough about the Iranian Football Federation. No idea. I guess the coach will get fired. That will be the logic that can apply at this moment in time. But what will happen more? And I'm not bothered also. Listen, I'm bothered about India, AFF, and Indian football. What happens in Indian football, sorry, is their problem. It take it, most countries are on decline. Anyway, we didn't have the best of the batches and we never got to host qualifiers in youth level. That's true, Rishabh, right? We haven't hosted qualifiers as well. Um, you know, let's see. Arunachal Pradesh, should get more matches, see the passionate 17 staff. Yeah. A very good night, and let's say with this right now, I'm just speechless. Yes, Rustic, let's celebrate this and it's let's enjoy this moment. Let's not, you know, let's just overthink. We can do that tomorrow. And yeah, and then we can do that. The job of AFF is to support these players, the women's, which qualify for all Asian Cups, and the coaches which help the players too. Yeah, is to give the framework and to help and support. Yes, 100%. But that is also dependent on finances and budgets, and the budgets are not available with AFF. Seeing the last few games, I honestly thought Bibiano had misjudged where these kids were in the development cycle. Hansi, the problem is that if we look at this whole qualification campaign, then we have to be honest enough to say that this was the poorest that I have seen of an under 17 squad. And after the Lebanon game, I would have said to you, and I think most of us would have thought, you know what? They're dead and out. They showed character. They showed real character today. And sometimes maybe a little less quality, but a little bit more fighting character. What is something that I've been saying about the senior national team? I'd rather take someone who's going to fight, who's going to give me grit, who's going to give me passion, who wants to wear this AFF crest and this India badge. That is more important. And this is what the team gave today, right? So today, Bibiano got the best out of the team. So for this, may God give decision in ISL games. Yeah, let's see. Don't think so, but people say resources facility. Look at the team that qualified for World Cup. Curacao, India need to listen. Yeah, Murali. Finally, India won, and they are on the good note. Yes, Orko. I was listening to a press conference. It was just unbearable. All those wrong questions to wrong person, to not Casey, not Khalid, and Shabir Ali. Rushabh, yes, but also the way Khalid tried to answer things, and again he made things more complex than it needed to be. He he, knowing him, what he was saying. Listen, I would like to have 3 or 4 OCI players in the team, and not like, oh, we are talking to 3, 4 OCI players. Shabir Ali going back and saying, yeah, listen, and in 73 to 76 also, Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, and Mohammedan did not used to release their players. I don't need to hear stories about 50 years ago, right? And as you say, I don't think even Kalyan Chaube should have been there. My thought, it would have been smarter to put Satyanarayan as the secretary over there and Kalyan as the president theoretically, but then there's no use to putting Shabir Ali and Khalid on there. But the point was, it was a badly organized press conference. And as you say, the people asking the questions and the lack of understanding, that is the quality of journalism was also at display, and that is the dangerous one. I'm worried for a senior women's team. They're not getting enough support. Kanma, you're not the only one. Again, going to Dubai, playing some lower level club side over there is not going to be good enough. We were bad against Nepal and against Iran. And if we play like that against Japan, they're going to thrash us 15, 17, 20 nil, right? Let's get ready for that. F has to bring that money to. If they did simple things better, that would be enough money. They are not maximizing the potential. Either it's corruption or they're just not fit for job. It is not corruption. It is who's going to give them money? Again, there is not money lying on the road that they just need to pick up. Indian football is not getting the money. I'm going to take credit of today's win. That's the sad part. Yeah, Zorava, they were U-17 players in 2000 were poor and not qualified or merit for the Asian Cup in 2000. Also because we were hosts, we qualified for 50%. Joseph, who says we're poor? Who tells you that? Have you seen those boys with your own eyes live? They played in 2016 in the Asian Cup in Goa. I've seen them in 2015, 16, and 17 here in Germany. They played some great matches against Dortmund, Leverkusen, Düsseldorf. Yeah. So that was, that we didn't have to qualify for 2016 Asian Cup. Did not qualify for the Under 17 World Cup. Yes, that's true. But the quality was better. Khan Jimmy looks like he's under pressure. Of course he is. He knows. But yesterday's press conference, the way they did it and they sold it, Khalid Jamil is going nowhere. Right? Then the Kalyan just got a stronghold to his chair with this win. In my opinion, he's going to milk this to the core. He's going to milk it, but he doesn't have a stronghold over the chair. This is nice to do, to have. Your real problem is ISL and Indian men's club football. This is a side. He will sell this, but people will be making sure that this is a side story and this is a side hustle. Listening to PC, but where was thinking, why are you putting Khalid on spot? He won't go against AFF or Kalyan, etc. Why was he being held accountable for everything? Well, people who says this is a weak team, Iran, but remember they're far better than us. Yeah, but still they're weak. Today I felt happy after seeing them go crazy after we won. Yeah, Orko, brilliant. He's giving same answer to us. We need to stay positive. Yeah. Iran took it lightly. I don't think so, no. It's sometimes matches go like that. You have one job and you guys do it. Ask even Kenner didn't really ask relevant questions, which makes me wonder, do they verify what type of questions were asked? Who should verify the questions? Right? That's the point. The batch was quite good. That's the best that I've seen with the 2002 batch. I think before turning 21, they can switch nationals if there is a chance and obtain a passport if AFF helps them through the process, make it faster. Goku, do you think AFF is going to do a process which is going to make something faster? Organized leagues, honest Reliance, and so many other people have put so much money, should use that. Better sponsors will come if you have an ecosystem which is sustainable for a better future. There is no sustainability. To use the word sustainability in Indian football is like a joke. Sorry. Right? 7 PS XD, there is no sustainability. Everybody in this system is losing money, left, right, and center. There is no sustainability. Khalid Jamil saying they would bring 3 4 OCI players. He's saying those who have passport, no one had passport, that it OCI people are all major, mostly, but you don't have passport. And that is the problem. That's what I'm saying. He would like to have, he's not bringing. Again, problem of language. You know, that's why I did a video today about it. Watch it. Yeah, what do we take out of it? because I think there are some very interesting points to take out of that press conference. So therefore, do watch it. As I say, like, share, subscribe. Those who might be watching or not subscribers, do subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the Indian football family. Thanks a lot as always to grow. And yeah, watch the short videos that I try and make on a regular basis. And um, again, let's walk in the right direction. 87 likes today. Thanks a lot. Khalid Jamil take loss response on himself is both. It's both AFF and Khalid. If AFF can have better communication, wants to release players for national team and national U23. I don't think it's about communication. Mohun Bagan wants to put a point. If you do better communication, do you think Mohun Bagan would have released the players? Khalid's mistake was to say, listen, okay, if you're not going to release them early on, release them on the day you have to do, release them according to FIFA, right? If I'm smart enough, I need to. Last time around, you did it. You called up Subhashish and you called up Apuya. And Apuya was your best player despite the loss against Singapore. So, yeah. I'm sure these AFL people don't even have good, powerful people to hire, appoint sensible people who can pitch our league to investors. Who's going to pitch what to whom? Do you know how the process works? I think that's the problem, guys, that it seems to, oh, you know what, pitch the right people. No one's going to invest into Indian football at the moment. Look at our system. Look at the mess we are in at the moment, right? I have Australia misses out. They have been sabotaging us in 70s, if I remember correctly. Why have they been sabotaging us? I don't know. I agree, but AFI has to bring that. That's their job. It will take time, but you can make a better future. Maybe not today, but tomorrow you can put in from a very good position. Sorry, naive thinking doesn't happen so easily. At a point of time when seeing the car, I was like, how can we remain positive like this? There's a pill or tablet to ingest that I probably forgot about. Yeah, Shivam, very interesting. Do you think India still lack development process or resources? Yes. Can we get urban Negi to India qualify once he's old enough given the new role at youth level? So, Rafa, do you think that he will get to that level? How many of the under nines at Everton are going to ever make it? Right? The the Premier League is milking a story because of the Indian market, and in India, everyone has gone gung ho. The boy's career, most probably, is ended before he's actually reached to a certain level. I hope he achieves something, but this whole PR blitz is not going to be good for him. In 2017, Asian India lost to UAE 2-3, lost Iran 3 in a group stage, and we didn't qualify quarterfinals. Was FIFA World Cup also same? Yeah, but still, did you watch that 2-3 against the UAE? That was a good game, right? I was taking the Citizenship Act. You need to have OCI card for at least 5 years before applying for citizenship. And yeah, on special cases, terms can be reduced, which likely happened with Ryan. Yes, Rushabh, that happened. I read Wingbacks. As I said, Murali, earlier, okay. Honest, I don't care about this Mohammed Superjan saga, but in the end, when I think about the bigger picture, this kind of saga is a big joke. Clubs should simply let players go on FIFA international windows. Again, you need to understand why they're doing it and why they're not doing it. They're trying to find reasons. They have problems with the AFF and they have problems with them. Ansal, Kerala Basasi players leading the Golden Boot race in Super League Kerala, says Nishat. Okay. So Ravar, Urban against United, let him play, bro. That is, if he succeed in England, he can play for England, not for India. Let him succeed is the word. And wherever he plays, that's the thing afterwards. Any major leagues who are running but not generating any money? Yes, Orko. Tons of them. Tons of them. We need multiple players and a system. One player won't be enough. I would rather have a team of 11 than one superstar and 10 below average players anyway as well. Yeah. But again, every team revolves around those superstars or key players, right? Thanks, Ahmad, for those 40 rupees. Khalid Jamil sounds puppet in a press conference. Yeah. I mean, what is he going to say? I mean, you're putting him out there, to dry in front of the Kolkata press. Not an easy situation for Khalid. Yes, Premier League account, tweet to make Indian audience, urban Negi with Indian flag. Yeah, that's what it is. The same thing that happened many years back with Jan Danda when he signed for Liverpool. I guess you forgot Australian last match days they played for draws intentionally not playing competitive twice. It happened last 20 days in 70s or 20s. Yeah, but again, Rishabh, it might not be a sporting spirit, but that's the way it is. I think Super League, State Super League will succeed. I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Super League Kerala, I think, will more likely succeed than the Bengal Super League. But let's see. Maybe not be good enough for EPL level in worst case scenario, but a player from Arunava will end up better than an Indian player from Indian academy. So now at that level, maybe. But in 2 years, um, you don't know where he is, right? Rushabh says to Aman, what was he supposed to say? Any other coach would have started ranting or diverting from the issue. At least he took the responsibility. Yeah, Rushabh, he took the responsibility, but he said, oh, let's stay positive. You know what he always says? And that is what, that is where I say, okay, Khalid, no, we can't stay positive. We are in a very tricky scenario. You took responsibility. And as I said, I said that in the video as well. I give him credit for that. But what more, Khalid? What is the next step? What are we doing? Where are we going with this? That is missing, in my opinion. Khalid can't say anything, man. Sure, he could be more transparent, but unfortunately, he will always have a certain level of barrier when speaking about AFF as the employer. He's not supposed to speak about the AFF. He's going to speak about his own things. You know, the Iran 2023 U-17 team was giving fight against Brazil U-17, so this is a huge success. It's a week. Listen, Shivam, don't at age group tournaments. This Iran will have nothing to do with the Iran 2 years ago. So therefore, don't compare that. With every year you're having an under 17 Asian Cup and under 17 FIFA World Cup, every year you'll have a different batch. You will rarely have boys 2 years playing in this competition. That is the reality. So according to you, what should be done? A little but profitable league or a league that just runs but not generates anything? Orko, profitability needs to come from somewhere. We've never had a profitable league. So therefore, that's the reality. Why? Because the salaries of the players are too high. Indians and foreigners. Can we rectify that? A broadcaster is not willing to pay money for it. We are far away from profitability or even breaking even. Clubs are losing 20, 30, 40, 50 crores. People need to accept there's things like injury, distraction, etc. Exactly. Let Avanishi play. Future knows for let the boy play. Let's not get carried away. Khalid also advantage is a short-term coach. His style of play is not something which you can have if you want to grow as a team. Yeah, that is the thing. I think Manolo also used to look like he's pressures by AFF. No, no, not Manolo. Any IWL tender update? Nothing. If the ISL happens in future, do you think it would help where players with OCI cards would be considered as local players? This, along with reducing number of teams, can help a lot with the quality. Tobo, I have said, and I want actually OCIs to play wherever they're playing. Shan wants to come to India because he wants to play for India, and I give Shan a lot of credit. But on the other side, I would rather have Shan play in the Canadian Premier League because I think the standards in the Canadian Premier League is higher, and he's playing more matches in Canada than he would in India. So therefore, that's the thing. I think yes, an OCI slot makes sense. Are we going to do it? That will be now an interesting thing to see. Ranju is strictly against ISL at the moment. He wants a league with majority AFF stake, and AFF East Bengal fans are in full support of him. So rather, let them mess it up. My question to Ranjit would be, are you actually an I-League team or are you not? Because I've heard now from many I-League owners who are clearly saying, for the integrity of the tournament, Delhi FC and Sporting Club Bangalore need to be relegated. Very interesting, right? So even the I-League is at the moment in a mess. If people like Shanhun will come, will it give an effect that local players' salaries get somewhat low? No, why? What effect does it have on the salaries? Our talent pool is not big enough. Orko, if five clubs are fighting for a player because we don't have other players as good as that, the salaries will go up. By the way, India and Man United both won today, and both of them by comebacks. Truly a very rare sight. Interesting. So, thoughts on Khalid Clown PC has become an AFF? Rudra, I said whatever I had to say. Again, I give Khalid the credit that he took responsibility by saying, listen, the loss in Bangladesh was mine. right? I think that is, you, we all have to give him credit for that. And the rest of the answers are expected. I mean, if you know Khalid, then I would say I didn't expect anything else from him. And oh, let's stay positive. Why not take Indian passport and play abroad? Zoravar, maybe that's something to do down the road. But if you're trying to cement a place in the Indian team, and secondly, the salaries in the ISL are high, right? Ryan Williams didn't come to India because India is so great. And Ryan Williams originally came to India because the salary is high. Jamie McLaren has come, or Cummings have come because the salary is high. Greg Stewart came back because the salary is higher than Scotland. So that's another reason. I think the exposure 2017 match got was just, I mean, they lost to Minerva when they came back. Rushabh, who cares about those Minerva losses and all that stuff? Ranjit will tell you that for 5,000 times. Yes, of course. That team was prepared. But then our problem was Nicola Adam was fired under very controversial, whimsical circumstances. And then Luis Norton de Matos came in. And that was, in my opinion, the team wasn't as good as it was before. And that's the end of the story. Players who want to play for national team should play abroad, including also player, but also Indian players as well should aim for abroad. Yeah, but who will take Indian players? Abroad is nice to think. No one will take Indian players. If you bring POCI players, Khalid long ball tactics were so notorious that even the opposing team's fans were like, hey, can we just get a copy of the ball, please? Yeah, Goku. Anyone judge said aura from Instagram in reality is such a side changer. So close to 3,500 mark. Yes, Mastic, we are at 3,498. So two more subscriptions, and then we are there at the 3,500 mark. And then you've got the month of December to get to 4,000. That's the aim. Our team qualified Asian Cup, and fans started saying our players will scout for foreign clubs. Yeah, Rudra, what to say? I want ISL to be a very top league, but for now, it's obvious our national players should aim for Europe, especially if you want to grow. But no one will take them in Europe. No, that is one. After seeing yesterday's, he's not going anywhere, right? No, Vastik, again, to you, to everyone, watch my video, which I did on the Khalid Jamil press conference and my takeaways of it. No, March is certainly there. What I find more funny is East Bengal fans are supporting him without knowing that Imam will leave them if ISL doesn't exist anymore. That's the problem. No? It's the same with the Mohun Bagan fans saying, listen, if uh, Mr. Goenka leaves, we'll find a solution. There is no solution. Is Bibiano good enough for Asian Cup? He can make us qualify on tournament. He failed every time. We do need foreign coach. Yeah, but who's going to pay for it, Ruto? That's the problem. The best solution for a top division would be one, make a strict wage cap, allow as many as Asian players, only allow 4 non-Asian players, must have at least 8 club-trained Indian players. Yeah, the um, won't work. None of your points, in my opinion, at least make sense at the moment. Shan most likely won't have any issue going back to Canada if he were to take Ryan's path, but for others, it's very difficult. Jan is already declined at that level. Might make sense for him as well. Rishabh, let's wait and see what they do. Let us see if anyone actually wakes up. Shan was in the market last winter. Mohammedan Sporting showed serious interest. Nobody else. Bibiano has given Indian football a lot. We need more coaches like him, hopefully more Indian ones, but also AFF should bring foreign coaches as well. Yeah. Indian player lack many things. Third tier, fourth is right place for them. No, they will not. Second, third tier in most leagues in Europe will not be good enough. They will be not good enough. Is it true that 6 Ali Cups on promotion, new top league to buy AFF, then no relegation? Yeah, there's a lot of things that clubs want. It's a mess. Are you active instead? You make content on that platform? Like I didn't see that's why. Yes, Arunfoot is where you find me. Thoughts on Mohamed Sir in his contract, Punjab 29 right decision in your opinion? If he's done it, yes. Japan, second, third tier league better. There is Asian slot and not Asian slot. Yeah, but no Japanese club will take an Indian normally, no? League quality would improve a lot and the local players and academy would have a benchmark to chase. Yeah, Turbo. Which clubs agree DD as broadcaster? Rudra, none. If anyone agrees DD to broadcasters, then you know they don't have a clue. Non-Asian player considered as foreign player? Yeah. Hey, we are into the main tournament. I was enjoying with my friends. That's why I'm late today. Welcome, Trader Wala. Yes, great achievement. It's not that people don't play football in India. We have many people in every state. Then why doesn't the pool grow? Is there something that's in the players or we don't even have enough scouts? Orko, we have a lack of quality. We have a pool, yes, but the pool is not bigger and better. And these fans today, US, they paid and conspiring against them. Zuraba, I love that. Sadly, I've never been paid by FSDL, but hey, maybe one day. Shan had great talent. Had great talent. If okay. The scouts are not good and the players aren't that talented. That's only two things because pool is not growing. Yeah. Have you seen the website Real Kashmir? See, no, I haven't, sadly. Is Roma government asking KC to join too? No, it was not. If I go as far as so to say, we should have OCI slots in I League 2. Topo, I don't think the slots make sense because you will have a lot of um, substandard PIOs, OCI coming in. We had that in 2005 when we did an idea. It's not working. He'll have a decent season. He scored 9 goals in Canadian League. Hope someone signs him. Even I League club, but again, we don't know either of the league will even run. That's the point. But Rushabh, I don't want him to go down to I League. I want him to play for an ISL team. In an ideal planning, U-17 team could have played in the second tier for Preparation Asian Cup and Asian Games. Doesn't make sense. Hi, the third place achievement cannot taken as a flash in the pan. Beating Tajikistan, Oman means we have it. In my opinion, Khalid needs to juggle youth experience, keeping the next cycle World Cup qualifier in mind. Okay. Right, 1 hour, 41 minutes. This conversation is more among Eastbourne fans than Monbang, and I've seen more fans openly abusing management, whereas Eastbourne fans always turn to these conspiracies. Zorav is right, but again, Monbagan also now with the whole instance of Molina leaving, I think there's a lot of stuff that has come up. So, yeah. Why is China unable to qualify for FIFA? Aman, because they're not good enough. The others are better, right? Okay, let's come to an end of this late live watch along. India scored a sensational 2-1 win against Iran, qualify and for the Asian Cup at under 17 level next year in Saudi Arabia, which will be held in May. And yeah, that is great. And I'll take Vijesh's comment as last. And now, cheers. We've done it. Finally, something for New Year. Exactly. And yeah, great to see that. Zoravar, gute Nacht. Good night to everyone. Like, share, and subscribe as always. I'll be back with a normal live tomorrow. And yeah, great to see the success. Good night, everyone, and catch you.